Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Happy New Year's, everybody. In today's late season matchup, we have two teams who have victory on their minds. It's the Raiders going up against the Chargers.
Larry, football is back in Los Angeles as we welcome you inside the StubHub Center in Carson, California. The scene a moment ago, unlike any other in the NFL for a lot of years. The crowd here in Carson might be half the size of a normal NFL stadium, but they are twice as loud as their Chargers get set to face off with the Oakland Raiders. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the rookie seventh rounder, it's Elijah Hood. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
They run again with Hood, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment defense.
So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
First down.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So that one will be accepted.
Still first down.
So following the penalty, now 1st and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The numbers for him from a week ago, Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. The tight end, Lee Smith, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Cook to throw again. But it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
On third down, Cook. The open man is Smith. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? A little educational piece. I know a lot of people here, 3-4, 4-3, etc. Take us through the 4-3, Charles.
Okay, 4-3. 4 down defensive linemen, usually 2 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends. Behind them, the 3 those are the linebackers. The middle linebacker, often known as the Mike, with 2 outside linebackers, the Sam and the Will. There's your 4-3.
Sam on the strong side, Will on the weak side. That one goes for 24 yards.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. Second and goal. Defense digging in again. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. First and 10, Rivers. Caught left side, Williams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now it's a bootleg with Rivers. Gets it to Gordon. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
Holding. Offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Rivers to throw it. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on, and it's second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Again, it's Rivers. Going up top. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Second down following the run. Throwing Rivers. Buying time to his left. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. It's hauled in here by Edmond. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores, and, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Rivers now on second down. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you want one. You'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they feel like they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early buys and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin. Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays, too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Now Hood, and an alley to run. Space to maneuver at the 40. Cuts it out to the sideline. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for Oakland. 42 yards on the ground. And when you draw up a draw play, you want to draw it up like that, right?
Sometimes it takes some fortitude to call that play because if it doesn't work, it's a lot of angry people waiting in the hole for the runner. In this case, it broke free, a big gain.
Throwing, Cook. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats, but really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. To throw is Cook. Throwing on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
His kick is absolutely perfect. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. And this completes a Henry over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion. Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Rivers now. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense, so you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Second down, Rivers. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Rivers on 3rd and 2. The quick slant caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. One receiver left. That's Allen. Now Rivers. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 11th touchdown of the year, and the Chargers have taken the lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, the spin. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard right around the 26. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. So that's the word from the referee. Neutral zone infraction, 5 yards.
And, of course, the defense is always pointing at the offense about how they drew them across. Flag goes against the defenders on that one.
They go play action here on 1st down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jeremiah Ytown330 in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the second quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the first quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
This is Hood on the ground. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 3rd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Cook from the gun on 3rd down. But it's brought in by Washington. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Cook now to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jeremiah Ytown330 in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Throwing on 3rd and long. Cook. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 6-year man Marquette King on to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. The Chiefs continue to add on. They're really rolling. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. As you see the season totals, barring a really great effort today, Charles, probably going to fall a little bit shy of 1,000, but still, he's had some moments this year.
Plenty of them for him to be in this spot right now, and I don't know about you, but I'm betting that the head coach spent this entire week playing a little bit of a mind game with him.
How so?
You go by him in practice, you go by him in the locker room, and you keep muttering like, yeah, it's been a pretty darn good year. I guess not going to get to 1,000, but, you know, been a good year overall, and see if that motivation increases his production. And if you're able to do that, it increases your chances of winning.
We're going to find out. It's possible. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
On 3rd and 2, Rivers. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
On to punt, Drew Kaiser, 2nd-year man from Texas A&M, as he's on to punt for L.A. The Raiders swarm in and block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And a blocked punt always can be such a momentum swing.
In a big way, because now the spark has been lit. Everyone gets involved with that team. And many times coaches preach, you block a punt, you block a kick, that usually leads to victory.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it.
And he'll go down. Brought brought down at the 20-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now Cook looking to throw on second down. And this is caught at the 8. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 5-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Here we go.
Cook operating from the gun. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but he was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Meanwhile, out in Los Angeles, they're in the second quarter now, and the 49ers are out to the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Brandon Oliver now on the return. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
So we've reached halftime. So no update from Larry after 17 weeks. Folks are saying, let's get on with the show. So we'll oblige as we get you set for the second half kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. Nice little juke. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. Back near his goal line, Rivers. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. A busy final day for you coming up in the NFL. Final day of the year as well. 11 other games going on as we speak. And then coming up later this afternoon, 2 games each from the AFC West and NFC West, all kicking off at the same time. Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, Cardinals, Seahawks, Niners, Rams.
Loving it.
And then that's it for the 2017 regular season. It'll be Happy New Year time. And Charles, you going to dust off Auld Lang Syne for us tonight?
Meet me at midnight, baby. You'll find out.
Hard pass. Now Cook over the middle and gets it to Patterson. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They run here with Hood. And he's got room. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. Well, we've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now a play fake here on first down, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. On the carry, it's Hood, and he'll be knocked down sideways. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here we go.
To throw is Cook on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here's Rivers. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Haven't met a defense coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. Williams loses the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
To throw on second down. Rivers. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Tyrell Williams. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be
under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for two too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2. Yeah. Right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's Cook, throwing again on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went in the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Trey McBride now to return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the third quarter. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Oh, he shifts past him. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 2nd down now after the incompletion. So the D-line's going to spread out. Cook now, going to throw again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Play action. Cook. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete here on third down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups. Brandon's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 3rd and 2, Rivers. And that is incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
This is taken at about the 14. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now Cook to throw on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down, even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Completes it to Moncrief, left side. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Cook throwing on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. To throw is Cook. Throwing again. And this will be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Here's Cook to throw on third down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it'll bring up third down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Cook now from the gun. He'll throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. Elsewhere across the league, 4th quarter action in Los Angeles. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they could win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season. Off the bootleg, Rivers. That's complete. It's Gordon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. On the ground, this is Jackson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on second down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the clear. 20, 10, and the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Following the fumble recovery, Cook. Oh, no, he lost the football. Big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
So out come the Chargers. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. And not much room there, so he'll get it up only to about the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Something to think about with these Chargers. They had 4 losses a season ago when leading with 3 minutes or less.
So you think that their fans right now, they're hopeful, but not necessarily expecting it to go their way.
Yeah, not counting their chickens just yet. To throw is Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 8 yards to go here on 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the home team here, they do get the victory here in the season finale, but it was altogether a disappointing season as they wind up at 6-10. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Oakland, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. But more importantly, they'll get a week to rest as they've earned a first-round bye in this year's playoffs. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Southern California.